Welcome to episode 25. Not much has happened since the last episode because I filmed that yesterday. I just thought it'd be a nice break to split the load over a couple of episodes. So here's the engine block as it stands. It's had a couple of coats of VHT silver with aluminium filings in it, and a couple of coats of VHT clear to seal all the paint in. So this is where we're at. We've got the head on the table there. We'll do a bit of work on that later on in the episode. So I've got the ARPs ready to go in. Cleaned them all up, cleaned all the threads up to the best I can. I'm going to give another quick clean before I pop them in. And let's cut that bit out. So when it comes to doing ARPs, or any set of head bolts for that matter, it's quite important that you get the stud holes crystal clean, as I found out with that engine. Especially this hole here between cylinders 2 and 3, because this one always fills full of oil when you take the head off, because that's because of the main oil feed gallery to the head there. That always gets full of oil. So I've did this beforehand. I've had the engine upside down, tons of brake cleaner, and go with the air duster to get all the crap out of there. So as part of ARP's recommendation, I've got some new fastener assembly lubricant. Leave all the lube jokes out. So let's get this shit done. It's a nice easy way to get manifold studs out. Thread this one on backwards. Thread one on forwards. There's a spanner on there. Tighten them up. So that's the head all painted up, looking nice. A couple coats of clear lacquer on there, which will protect the paint from melting off, but also protect it against inevitable oil stains. So next thing we're going to do now, while that's drying, is to strip the rocker cover. We're going to paint it the same colour, but as you can see it's a bit worse for wear. So let's get that stripped. So that's the rocker cover finally stripped of paint. Just took me a few hours to get it completely smooth and to get all the old paint off, because I must have laid it on there quite thick a few years ago. So a couple of people have asked about the baffle system. So there's the two outlets on the front. The reason I chose the front was purely for looks really. I like the idea of them being asymmetrical, or whatever you want to call it, symmetrical, whatever. So on the back side I've had some plates welded so it doesn't dump excess oil down the tubes, and then we just block off this one. That's it. Head's all painted up, looking good. It's not the best finish in the world, but it's going to get dirty anyway probably. So yeah, so next job is to mask off the bits that I don't want paint on, to wax some paint on it. So it's all masked up, let's get some fucking paint on it. So first we're going to lay down some etch primer. I didn't do this last time, which is probably why it reacted in some places. So it's looking pretty clean. I've cleaned it about 3 times over and Scotch brighted it, so hopefully shouldn't have any issues. So that's the first coat of etch primer down. I'm going to leave it about half hour. It's quite warm in here at the minute, so hopefully it should dry out pretty quick. And then we'll go for the second coat of etch. And then we'll give it a couple of coats of standard primer to get a nice smooth surface. And then we'll get on some colour. So all the paint's dried on that. Let's get the cylinder head off. I've already cleaned it up in preparation. Got a new air gasket to go on. Which way does it go? Is that right? The other way. So let's get gasket on. Got these dowel pins to put in on there and there. Lift the head on. Let's make sure it's bottomed out, and it has. Still got a bit of bloody block on there. Done. Let's just go around them again, make sure we've got them all. Boom. So next we're going to have an attempt at porting this oil pump. I've already done a bit of porting on it previously, as you can see here, and there's a bit just in there. But I did have a die grinder then, so it's a bit of a pain and it's not very clean, so got hold of myself with a die grinder. So I'm going to give this another bash. It's turned out a lot better than it did last time. I'm going to do a bit more detailed work with this compared to using that. So as you can see, the hole's a lot bigger. I can actually fit my small finger in there now, as I couldn't before. Rounded it off into there. We'll leave this bit for now. We'll see how we get on with it. This probably won't be the first oil pump in that tweak. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of filings in there, so we have to give this a real good clean. Because the last thing we want is this fresh engine going up in smoke. So that's what we're going to do, is take this apart now as much as we can and clean it all up. So that's the oil pump finished, all back together, all torqued up, all cleaned out very thoroughly. Obviously it was not working in a very clean environment with all these metal filings everywhere, but I'll be making sure I've changed gloves about 10 times in the process of cleaning the pump up. So hopefully just going to be clean in there. So next process is to put this on the block. Which I can't really do at the minute because I haven't got any sealant. So I'll put it out of here, out of dust and harm's way. And that's that for today. Another thing that I've done as well, in between of doing a rocker cover, which is due to a coat of clear soon, looking at that. It's going to be flattening down that. But anyway, here's the engine as we stand. Nice. I've also done painted the distributor. Fuck polishing things, too much effort, so cleaned it up, lick of paint, good as new. I have been hoarding this for ages. It's an old school VMS pulley. You used to be able to get them off eBay sort of 2005, 2006, 07. And then it disappeared. You used to be able to pick them up for a quite decent price off eBay. But VMS, let me just show you this. I've got a second design in now, which is called the Fang. It looks like this. It's got these fangs on it, which I don't really like. As you see, the design's quite similar. Except it appears I was sold this as a D series pulley, but as you can see, it's half the size. So, and it's slightly wider as well. So I've got a feeling this is a B series pulley, which sort of fucks me off a bit because I paid a bit of money for this and I bought it so long ago. I can't really start chasing the guy up. It was a bloke off eBay after all, so it's not really fair that I chase him up fucking like 7 months after I bought it. So if you've got one, anyone from the States, Europe, anywhere, if you've got this style pulley in this colour for the D series, send me a PM or a message, Facebook message, Instagram message, whatever, because I'd be interested in buying it. Because with the engine scheme that I'm going, I really want everything to be blue. So I've got, that's blue. That's blue, the rocker's blue, you know, and at the minute the cam gear's red. So if you've got one, hit me up, so I'll probably more than be interested. Easy peasy. Well, it's a good job of changing this because it's just perishing in my hands. So it probably was due to be done. So we're going to use Payen gaskets, made by Payen, same company that makes Frodo brake pads, etc. So yeah. Now to do this side. episode 25. Done quite a bit, I guess. In the next episode, the engine will be going in, as well as painting all the subframes and bits and bobs. So yeah, watch out for that in episode 26. So cheers for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. It does go a long way. Thank you very much.